Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to my channel. My name is Peter from Sun Insurance, and tonight I'm here to give you very important information which you're gonna need at your fingertips. If you are new to this channel, I first of all kindly ask you to look at my content, think about it, and before you exit this channel, consider to subscribe, share, like my channel. So today, without any further ado, I'm going to talk about driving and road safety, especially when you are abroad. And this one really impacts the United States citizens who are thinking about driving in another country. If you have a US, United States driver's license, you may want to watch this video from the start to the end. This is because you have to pay attention to the roads in other countries. You have to pay attention to the signs. We have the laws, the driving traditions. They are even very, very different when it comes to going to abroad or different countries of the world. The first very thing is to consider your safety first. And to consider your safety first, you have to make sure that you possess or you have a valid driver's license and as well as insurance. I'm an expert in insurance, and that's why I think this video is going to be very, very, very formative for those of you who are thinking traveling to abroad countries. And remember to back up wherever you are in a foreign country because the roads, you are not familiar with those roads, always use a seat belt, back up no matter where you are. That is the message I want to talk about tonight. So the road information, you can find a lot of information on roads and transportation on very many websites. You will find some of the information from the foreign embassies. For example, the American consulate, they have a website. If you are traveling from the United States, for example, you are traveling to Kenya, and they have a consulate in Nairobi whereby you can log into the website and get some information about driving in that country. You can check the website about the government tourism offices or car rental companies that may be very helpful if you are traveling to one of these countries abroad. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to put all those links so that you can have information handy at your fingertips as you go by. The things I really wanted you guys to pay attention, and I'm going to mention one by one. These things, please keep them in mind as you plan your trip. Wherever you are going, Africa or any other country you're thinking about. I know it's summer. A lot of people are going to travel from the United States to different countries. And that's why I believe that the timing of this video is going to help you to plan effectively for your trip. So the first thing, there are some potential hazards and dangerous road conditions. Recently, I traveled and there were a lot of rains which impact transportation. Most of the roads, they have challenges. So that's why you have to think about having a valid driver's license and paying attention to the dangerous road conditions. The local roads are the areas which you want to avoid, because when you go to local roads which don't have major highways, you may be stuck in the mud, you may have some problems, you may run out of gas, and you don't want to go into that. So plan well, get maps, visit the website of the country you are going, familiarize yourself with the roads around, and if there's need, have a tour guide, have somebody who's familiar to that place. You can go with them several times, and when you feel that you are comfortable, then you can try alone. Things you may need to have spare parts like spare tire. You may want to have fuel and of course the map to navigate around. Those things are very, very, very important, and you need to put them handy to use them. And pay attention to laws and the driving culture. Every country they have their own driving culture. If you are used to the big roads in the United States, freeways, some other countries, because some of them are developing, you may not have very, very, very good tarmac roads, very decent roads, very good signs, and the conditions might not be as very good as those ones in the United States. We also have local emergency numbers, which you need to keep them somewhere in your vehicle. And if, like I said, if you go to the government website, you try to Google, you will find all those numbers and write them down somewhere. Make sure your phone is fully charged. Make sure you have a local number or international number you can call in case you have or in case you need help. Those emergency numbers, they are very, very helpful. The vehicle safety is also another component you have to consider. It has to be considered. You have to consider vehicle safety, including, like I said, the seat belts. You have to make sure that whichever vehicle you are going to use, if you are going to be planning to go have a rental car, make sure that the vehicle functions well. And in case there's a major breakdown, make sure you have a way of contacting the rental company. There are some of the documents which you need to carry throughout your vehicle with you in any case you are stopped by the law enforcement in that country. For example, the permits. And if you do possess an international driving license, you have to travel together with your US driver's license. And for those ones who do not know how to get the international driver's license, I'm going to put some links on where you can find the information. In that way, if you wanted to apply before you traveled, that's going to be helpful. So to get international driving permit, because it is illegal to drive without a valid driver's license in most of the countries. And if you wanted to apply for the country you are going to, you have identified your destination, because not all countries which accept the US driver's license, most of them, they accept what we call international driving permit, abbreviated IDP. You can get this information, and I'm going to put a link on this video. Remember to check the description of this video. The AAA, the American Automobile Association. So before you leave, make sure you have the international driver's permit, and which has limited validity, and they may need you to have your US driver's license together. They go together. Let's talk a little bit about auto insurance policies. I sell a lot of insurance in the United States. I'm a professional licensed in Wisconsin, Georgia, Delaware, and Illinois. So I know a little bit, and I have extensive experience in the insurance industry. So when you have auto insurance policy in the United States, the policy or your insurance coverage might not extend to outside the United States, except it might apply a little bit in Canada and Mexico. But before you travel, make sure you check with your insurance agent to make sure that they extend that coverage. If you assume and move to another country and you drive, you are involved in an accident and thinking that your insurance policy in the United States is going to help you, it might not work that way. So the first, my advice is to check with the insurance agent, your local insurance agent. If, for example, you're having Progressive, State Farm, whatever companies you have, if you have those companies, check with them. Orsted, you have Geico, check with them. Make sure that the coverage you have, if you are moving to going to drive in Mexico, you have Canada, make sure they cover those countries. And also, before you go, make sure you have all your documents, you know, which you might need some other countries before. You may need to have your birth certificate, your passport, your ID, and stuff like that. So even if you have your policy, it's valid. Remember, in the United States, the other countries they might have local minimum requirements which you might have to meet. So make sure that you meet these minimum requirements, especially Canada and Mexico, before you are on the road. You don't want to be stopped and have problems with the law enforcement. So while you are doing, for example, the rental cars from rental companies overseas, you may want to ask them to give you the insurance in that country because they are familiar with the law and regulations. What you might want to do, tell them to give you coverage. You can have a coverage of a small amount. You don't have to have all a lot, depending on what time you want to do your vacation over there or your visit. And consider buying insurance if you don't have a coverage equal to what you have at your home. For example, if you live in New York and you wanted to have insurance coverage in an overseas country, for example, Kenya, don't buy a whole lot insurance. Buy insurance which you have to need the minimum requirements. And if you wanted to read more about more resources about the driving overseas, I'm going to give you links so you can go and have some resources. And in that way, you make sure that your road safety is guaranteed before you travel. So, guys, I hope this information is going to help you to plan your trip overseas. And if you feel that this information is going to help you, kindly share this information to everybody you know around your circle and share them to other co-workers, other friends who are planning to travel very soon. And give me comments below this video and let me know what you think. What do you think about the driving safety abroad? Uh, give me uh, your comments below this section. And do you have? Let me know if you have a driver's license or if you have a international driving permit, and if you require one. What do you think about the idea? And when you go to another country, do you have a tour guide or do you go rent a car and drive by yourself. Use the Google Maps or the GPS. Let me know what you think, or you're welcome, or your comments are welcome. And guys, thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope I will see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.